Nice. What's up, guys? It is Frankie here, and we are live after Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals, and it amazes me. I'm really... Just when you think this Golden State Warriors team can't do any more, when you think this Golden State Warriors team... just when you think they can't amaze you any more than they already have, they do it again. With no Kevin Durant, after losing a pretty bad game, or winning Game 5, but again, you lose KD, you're in Houston, Game 6, all the momentum is on the Rockets' side. How do you lose that game? How do you... It is stunning to me. Steph Curry and Klay in the second half, beyond clutch. I don't have their second half stats here, but their stats overall, Curry 9 for 20, 33 points, 4 for 11 on 3. Again, could have been better, but in the second half he was great. Thompson, 27 points, 10 for 20. Again, no KD, no problem. We don't need KD. Who's KD? We're good. We're fine. We got it. And it's just amazing to me that they were able to... Klay was great in the second half. Game 6 Klay, as they said. He was great. Draymond almost had a triple-double. Iguodala had 17 points. Livingston had 11 points. I mean, these ridiculous Golden State Warriors, they never, ever... This dynasty that has been going on now for 4-5 years. We're in the 5th year of that dynasty, and all right, I'm going for it now. I don't see anybody beating this. All right, we'll see about KD.
Man, look, this is one of those nights they're going to need to drag us.
But if KD or not, this team has just this will to win. And when Curry and Thompson are going like that, and they're just hitting threes like that, especially in the second half, who's beating this team? Who's stopping this team? Who is beating these guys? It's hard to imagine. It's hard to see anyone. It's hard to see even Milwaukee, as great as Milwaukee has been. Hard to see anybody. Goodness. And gosh. So Steph was great. Klay was great. Again, we don't need KD. We don't need him. Klay hits a dagger 3. Steph made a big turnover late in the game. And then you had Houston And this is inexcusable. Again, all credit to Golden State. This is inexcusable if you're Houston. How do you, with all this momentum, all of this energy, all of this excitement, coming into Game 6? I mean, you had the lead at certain points. This was your game. This was, without KD, this was your game to win. And for you, in that moment, in the fourth quarter, to just fall apart like that and let Golden State, I mean, in the final quarter, Golden State had 36 points, Houston had 26. Why is Gerald Green chucking up three-pointer after three-pointer? Get him out of the game. Oh, goodness. And so, and this was the time. This was the time. KD's out. You got Chris Paul is healthy. He's here for the whole game. All right, fine. Officiating's terrible, but officiating's been good when it's on your home floor. We got Harden, an MVP candidate. All right, I will say, Paul was great. Capella, not so much. Eric Gordon could have been way better. Green, again, 2 for 7 on threes. Tucker was 3 for 6 on threes, so not terrible. Man, Austin Rivers, for the little time he was in, 3 for 6, he wasn't bad. Who won? Oh, hi, Rob. Golden State won. Golden State, I didn't put that in the okay, here it is. Here's Curry's second half stats. 33 points, 9 for 15 from the field. 60% from the field, 4 for 9 from 3 in the second half, after being scoreless in the first half. Also, a long time no see. Yes, good to see you too. No problem at all. No problem at all. We Curry's bad, we got it. KD's out, we got it. No problem, no worries. It is ridiculous. How does this happen? How does this happen with the Golden State team? You can't kill them. It's like we talk about with the Patriots. You can't kill them. And if you're the Rockets, this is just an awful, awful, awful way to lose. I mean, the obvious but goodness. So we're listening right now. So again, yeah, no KD, no Boogie. Boogie hasn't been here this whole for a lot of this postseason, or all of this postseason. This game. Again, Houston had all the momentum. This was Houston's game to win, and they couldn't figure it out. Just a disaster. Complete disaster for Houston. And they're going to get killed in this offseason. You know what? They deserve it. When you talk about it, when you sit up there complaining about the refs weren't the ones that made those shots at the end of the game. When you sit there complaining about the refs, do all this stuff. Oh, goodness. You could have really used Melo tonight. You really could have used Carmelo. And again, I can't blame Chris Paul. I can't blame Chris Paul. He was great. But the Rockets had a chance to. This is why Golden State's the champions, and this is why Houston's not. One team had the heart of a champion. One team had a killer attitude, and the other team didn't. And yet again, Chris Paul loses in a conference semifinal. Yet again, he loses in a second round. Yes, Golden State, a team that picked Steph Curry, what was it, 8th, 9th in 2009? What was Curry picked in 2000? I'm going to look it up now. Curry in 2009, he was 7th, 8th. For some reason, so many teams passed on him. Minnesota passed on him twice. Curry was selected 7th. 6 players, 5 teams selected in front of him, passed up on him. And Golden State ends up with the greatest shooter of our time. They got Klay Thompson a little bit later in 2011. I think he was 11th. Klay Thompson was 11th in 2011. I don't even know where the heck they got Draymond Green. He was a late pick in 2012. He was selected 35th. And they made all these great they made all these great draft picks. They made a great signing with Iguodala. Of course, KD, that's been a wonderful, wonderful pick for them. And all of that, draft, trade, free agents, all 6 games in the series decided by 6 points or fewer. But my gosh, I thought for sure. This feels like the NBA Finals. This felt like the 2 best teams. And the fact that Houston comes out of this losing in 6, this game was made for them. I'm sorry, I'm going to get on them. This game was made for Houston. This game was made for them. Why does Steph Curry not age? I don't know. He's like 30, 31, a sneaky 30, 31. It's just like... No, this guy is immortal. This guy is totally immortal. And again, Durant's it's so ridiculous to me how Kerr and everybody there, a job well done. But man, I'm really upset with Houston though right now. I'm really disappointed. How do you not just right there at the end? Again, this was me. Oh. Man, the Rockets' offense so bad there late in the game. So many mistakes. Couldn't get the shot down. Again, Gerald Green forcing up threes. Capella was not great tonight. Yeah, Eric Gordon, Clint Capella with bad nights. Ugh. What was Capella's stats here? Capella was... Goodness, he was 5 for 11. He did have 10 rebounds, but 31 minutes, not one 3-pointer, which, in this day and age, 3-pointers are nice. Missed all of his shots. Man. Yeah, and then Eric Gordon had a rough... Where's his stat? All right, here it is. Eric Gordon and Austin Rivers in this series, 35%. Oh no, that's an old stat. I wanted more of the series. Again, this was a good, fun series, back and forth drama between these two teams. Again, I think the 2 best teams in the NBA. Although Milwaukee, we'll see what Milwaukee has to say about this. The only team I can see beating Golden State right now is Milwaukee. That's the only even close. Bills picked that all over Jeff Vaughn. Jets picked Daniel Jones. Yeah, that was the draft. That was a painful time. But the thing that Milwaukee's the only team I can see being close. The thing with Milwaukee, though, they don't have... they have Giannis, but who else do they have? Middleton? They don't have, a second... Golden State's second guy is better than their second guy. Golden State's third guy is better than their third guy. Golden State is just a better basketball team. What do you do if you're Houston here? This was, again, all set up for you. I can't stress this enough. This was all set up for you. For the second straight postseason, the 4th time in the last 5, the Warriors have eliminated the Rockets from the playoffs. How do you... And again, they weren't, terrible tonight, but it's inexcusable that you can't win this game. It's inexcusable that you cannot win this game under this circumstance. This game was made for you. You wanted Golden State. All right, you don't have KD. You got it. A joke. A total joke. Houston, we have a problem. Oh, yes, you have many, 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 many problems. You have many, many, many problems. Can't beat Golden State to save your life. They own you. It's embarrassing. Curry had 16 points. Curry had the same number of points in the last 5 minutes than the Rockets did. Curry had 16 points in the final 5 minutes. Houston had 16 points as well. Houston just got totally cold. And they had the momentum in the 4th quarter. The Rockets had their best opportunity, no KD, at home to get momentum going into a Game 7. You couldn't finish that. They messed up on a 3-and-1 break and then gave up the 3 on the other end. I think that was sometime in the 4th quarter. And Curry's just hitting gorgeous shots. He's the best shooter I've ever seen. Best shooter any of us have ever seen. 8 points from garbage free throws. Yeah, Curry is a killer. Curry is a stone cold killer. Oh yeah, yes. Again, garbage free throws, and thank you for pointing that out, Gustavo. But I mean, he got the points anyway. He got the points. He hit. Those were so many huge clutch shots, and boom, 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 boom. No problem. No problem at all. Curry held scoreless in the first half for the first time in almost 7 years. Didn't matter. Rockets gone fishing. Mike D'Antoni now. I don't know. Maybe that formula just doesn't work in the playoffs. Oh man. So frustrating. Because again, I'm not the biggest fans of Golden State, to be honest. Because it's not that it's just that they win and it's not really competitive for the most part. Like the last 2 NBA Finals they've been in, they've won, but it hasn't been competitive. So whoever it is, whether it's Milwaukee, I think it'll be Milwaukee. I want a competitive Finals with this team. Harden did have 6 turnovers, so that's not great. But if you have the ball as much as he does, so I want a competitive series. But like he could break his neck and still score 3-pointers. Yeah, gosh, he could have a JPP neck right now and he could still score 3-pointers. I just want a competitive series. But who lost this one for being too sloppy in the first half? Goodness. And it was still close in the first half. It was tied in the first half. Nope. How many turnovers did they have? 15. Actually, looking at it, about the same number of turnovers. Golden State had 17. Houston had 15. I'm looking for something more like Golden State. Okay, Golden State had 7 blocks. Houston had 1. Same number of steals, assists, rebounds. Field goal percentage is about the same. Free throw, Golden State had a little better free throw. So I don't think there's anything that you can really point to and be like, it was just, Golden State was just better. Golden State wanted that game more. Ugh. So, man, I don't know how you recover this from Houston. Last year was your year. We should have had that. We blew up in the final game. We couldn't score a 3 to save our lives. This year we're going to come back. And again, you're back full team, full healthy. Harden has an MVP-like season. KD's out. Game 6 heading into a Game 7. You get all the momentum in the world and you can't finish it off. If you can't do it now, when are you ever going to do it? If you can't win this game with this performance, how the heck are you ever going to beat Golden State? How the heck are you going to beat anybody? The only thing you can hope is that Golden State blows up this offseason, which looks like it might happen. I mean, it looks like KD might be on his way out. I mean, when you set up your office in New York City, that's kind of a hint. Again, this just seemed like what was it? Golden State was like an 8.5 point favorite. Houston was like an 8.5 point favorite. Do you think the problem may be Rockets just doesn't have the heart of the champion? No, I definitely think that. This isn't Akeem and Kenny Smith. I don't know why I went to Kenny Smith, but who else was on that 95 Rockets team? I remember Kenny Smith was big in Game 1. Kenny Smith helped in that series more than I let on. He hit some big threes. Goodness, this computer is so slow. Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, they had Clyde. That's right. I kind of had a feeling, but I wanted to say it just to be sure. Yeah, they had Clyde, and they had Robert Horry, and they had Otis Thorpe. I will say, if Jordan is... I was thinking about them today because I was thinking, if Jordan is there those last 2 years, if Jordan doesn't retire and he's full on, I'm committed, the Bulls win those 2 championships. First NBA series in first playoff series in NBA history in which the first 6 games were all decided by 6 points or less. So again, this was a competitive, close series. Every game was fun. This very easily could have been a Houston sweep. This could have easily been a Golden State sweep.
Yeah, because this isn't even the moment with Durant going down. This is a 2.5-month march toward this team, and they were certain that they were going to beat that this time.
This was months and years in the making for Houston. This was our time. Golden State's over, and again, what a chance for you to get, because not only this could be the end of the Golden State dynasty. This could be, it feels that Harden, Paul D'Antoni will never win no matter what, just like T-Mac. It does, yeah. It kind of has that. It has that as long as you have. It's like those Eastern Conference teams. It's like any of those NBA teams when Jordan was around. Sorry, Sorry, Charles Barkley. Sorry, Patrick Ewing. Sorry, Reggie Miller. Sorry, John Stockton. Sorry, Gary Payton. Sorry, Karl Malone. You know, you can't beat as long as Michael Jordan's in the league, you can't beat them. Same thing here. It's like I don't think that's coming here. So, goodness. So, this is the end. It is. It is. First of all, is the stream coming in good for you guys? I know it might be a little choppy, but it's just the screen. So tell me. Let me listen to it. Okay, the audio sounds fine. So yeah, this is the end. I think the end of Houston. Okay, I can't say that because if Golden State breaks up this offseason, which I think is probable, then yeah, you got it. But you've shown me nothing that makes me believe that you guys are going to be that team. I think the next team's going to come by, whoever that next team is, and overtake you guys. You haven't shown it yet. You can't beat them. They've owned you time and time and time and time again. And this was your best chance, and you couldn't get it done. Last 2 years, you've had great chances, have not been able to get it done. So, just goodness, awful, just horrendous, just absolutely horrendous. Shame on all of you. So, yeah, I don't know, guys. This is just, oh God. I mean, I wanted. We got a good series, so I'm happy about that. We got a good series. We got a fun series. I wanted Game 7 because I almost feel like this is going to be the NBA Finals. Again, I think Houston was the second best team this year. Milwaukee, third. I thought this was going to go 7. I thought Houston might have a shot. But to just fold like that at the end of Game 6, your season on the line, you have a chance to finally take out your rivals. It really is. Yes. Go Dubs. Congratulations. Drink more water. You can do it, Corky. I love those names. Chris Paul is getting older. What is he, like 35, 36? I might be overestimating him, but yeah. He ain't getting any younger. I mean, Chris Paul's a great player, but he ain't getting any younger here. Still flopping. Chris Paul is 34. Okay, so he's coming up on 35. I mean, James Harden, even though he just had an MVP year, he's not getting any younger either. What, he's like almost 30? So eventually that's going to come to an end. This was your golden opportunity, and for you to not get it done, shameful. Shameful. I'm sorry, I'm really sick by this. I'm really frustrated. Because goodness. Oh gosh. So looking at Twitter right now, a lot of trolling of Houston. Lot of trolling. A lot of goodness. Again, well deserved. You wanted Golden State and you couldn't get it done, even without their best player. They didn't need their best player. They were totally good without him. Totally fine, because you have the Splash Brothers. Remember when they were thinking about trading back like 5-6 years ago when they were thinking about trading? This was about 5-6 years ago. Remember when they thought about like trading? Was it Kevin Love for Clay breaking up the Splash Brothers? Remember when they thought about that? Thank God they didn't do that. I'd like to say was it, or was it Dwight Howard? I'm trying to think, because they were talking about a trade to get rid of. They wanted like Kevin Love. Yes, Kevin Love for Klay Thompson trade in like 2014. And that almost happened, and that would have just been an absolute disaster for Golden State. Thank God they didn't do it. And ever since then, Rockets' year was last year, and then it felt wrong that Paul went down. This year seems KD injuries was just someone, yet Rockets lost. Sad exclamation point. Yeah, you know that's miserable. I don't get it. Supposed to be again. I thought Golden State was going to win this series, but then when KD went down, I'm like, oh, all right, you lose your best player. Harden steps up. Get a great performance from Paul. Have the rest of the supporting players step up, and you got yourself something here. But no. All right, so they're showing the highlights here on ESPN. Showing the highlights right now with, and we'll wrap this up here in a minute or two, unless you guys got any more questions. If you guys again like what you see here, please click down there and subscribe. Curry had 2 fouls in the first 6 minutes. Curry had 2 fouls, and you couldn't take advantage of that. And the game was still tied. This game was still tight. Again, Harden was shooting some killer threes early on. He really had it going. Giannis is going to probably win MVP anyway, so sorry, my man. And then Curry comes in the second quarter. And then he gets another foul. Again, 0 points, 3 fouls. Nothing from Curry in the first half. Shut him down. Curry, so KD's out, and Curry's not scoring. All that leaves is Klay Thompson, who had a darn good first half, darn good game. Game 6, Klay showed up. Klay had 11 points since Curry's third foul. He was on fire. But you can't take advantage of this at all. They have Quinn Cook out there. They have Quinn Cook. And no problem. Curry shoots another 3. Curry's on fire. Curry's unstoppable. He's a man. That's what being unstoppable is. Oh, goodness. And Houston is coming on strong there. They had what? They had a 3-point lead at the end of the, They had a 5-point lead at the end of the quarter. End of the third quarter. They were 12 minutes away. And then Curry got hot. And then Curry got absolutely hot. Hold on. And Curry had a dislocated hand, a finger, or whatever the heck it is. Again, no problem. No worries. Oh, gosh. And the threes he made, just one amazing 3 after another. Harden has already peaked and only has a couple of seasons of dominance left. Rockets are going to have to pair Kemba Walker with Vuvin Orr to make another one. Maybe get Leonard. I think Leonard wants to go to L.A., though. Maybe you can try to get Leonard. I don't think it's going to happen. But, yeah, of course, try it. Maybe, Kemba seems much more likely. Yeah, we're going to have to wrap things up here because my stream is becoming terrible. But that's on me because I have too many tabs open. So Warriors do it again. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Oh my gosh, this again, Curry. All credit to you, Steph. I mean, you're insane. You are so ridiculous. I envy you. I worship you. Klay Thompson, job well done. Even without KD, again, no problems, no worries. Stephen A comes out. I gotta tell you, I'm a bit stunned here. I can't believe it. I cannot believe Stephen A is just going off here. I cannot believe that Golden State won this game. It's blasphemous. So yeah, if you guys have thank you guys for commenting, right? If you guys have an explanation, because I have no explanation for this. The media exaggerations weren't to pique interest in the game. No way was his hand dislocated or broken. Okay, maybe his finger was. I think I misspoke when I said his finger. His hand. His hand was dislocated. Or no, I'm sorry. Finger. Gosh, I'm sorry. It's late. I'm tired. Again. Yes, and Stephen A reminding us. CP3 is on one level. Steph Curry is on another level. Oh gosh, is that true?